So when you look at a company that comes to you, or a founder that comes to you, one way or the other, they come to you with a product that already exists, right? What are the things that you're looking at? I mean, are you doing demos of their product? Are you looking, how are you determining whether they're sort of onto something in terms of product market fit, in terms of quality, in terms, all that stuff? Like, what's your process? How do you think about it?
Again, it's very stage dependent, right? So product market, like product diligence for us at the earliest stages really isn't product diligence. It's more founder diligence, right?
Yeah.
Do they have the correct perspective here? That's going to provide them the opportunity to build a product that's not going to be one system dependent or one payer dependent or one large employer dependent or whatever, but it's actually going to span multiple. It's something that you can actually scale to multiple partners. Build a venture style outcome out of, right? So like that at the earliest stages, we're really trying to focus in on do they have the right mindset here? And as the thing scales up and you get your first partner, a product may be extremely bespoke for that specific institution. And product diligence for us is great. You've spent all this time with a beta client or a co-development, it's standard term there, like co-development partner here, right? Did you build, great, you're the mindset for that, but did you actually build the product that is then going to be replicable in a different system, right? And if not, can you make some tweaks that will enable the product to be replicable? Is this just maybe it's HR dependent? Is this just a Cerner product? Is it just an Epic product? Are you going to have issues transferring between the two? Can you sell in a fee for service market, or is this more of a value-based care model? What's the actual market opportunity that you've built here? And that's going to be relevant with, a few co-development partners. Once you get past that number and you get to the 5 and the 10, customers, right? Or maybe 15 and you're in the single, mid-ish single digit revenue, low to mid-ish single digit millions of revenue. There's your product is your product, right? There's real data points that we can pull. There's less you can tweak. I mean, you can tweak, right? But there's less you can really tweak on the strategy there, right? So it's advanced to a point where we can really spend time with those customers and understand how they use it, what their workflow is. We can look for clusters. We can see how broad, we can start to think through what a sales cycle might look like, behind it. And, it advances as the company grows. So again, it's a very long-winded answer of saying it really depends on the stage, and we adjust our diligence to fit the maturity of the company at, that specific time.
But it does sound like that idea that, the thing has to be scalable, right? Not just from a technology standpoint, right? But from a sales standpoint, if you want a high growth company that, worthy of venture investment, they can't have 1 or 2 customers probably, right?
No, it's a really interesting conundrum, right? Because you can get to a position where you might have $1 million or $2 million.
Yeah, decent revenue, right? You might even be profitable, right? Yeah.
Oh, you might. And you've got you might have a 5-year contract with the system, right? And you look at that and you're like, this is great. And there are, several thousand of these things in the US. There are 5,000 hospitals or whatever there are, right, in the US. So, extrapolate that out and we're worth whatever in the future, right? And then you step back and you really look at it and you're like, well, yeah, but that's you built that just for Intermountain. And there are all these nuances to how Intermountain works that make that extremely difficult to replicate elsewhere.